The Lord, it's Thursday and we meet each other again. The WIP crew is ready for this virtual event. The scenes might be rough, but we will have a jolly time. Is everybody here? Are the avatars in line? There's so much going on in the NFT world. It seems like uncharted sea. Let Matthew and Rizzle guide us through. The speaker is ready and so are we. Let's keep sailing on the Metaverse. Thursdays when the lightning strikes. So listen up, there's a lot to learn. Keep the treasure in your sight. Please no one get the veggie draw. Just upgrade your microphone. Together we're strong, we ain't gonna stop. Welcome to the WIP Meetup.
Boom, there we go. Round of applause. Thank you. Quick mic check. Do I sound okay or am I in the veggie drawer? Good audio. There we go. Propitious start to the start of the first WIP of June 2023. Super excited to be back. I couldn't come last week, but luckily we had Rizzle fill in, and I heard he was like Rizzle times 1,000. Everyone was complimenting him on how energetic he was and how lively the WIP was. Freaking, we had a live interactive, like the IRL came into the URL. We had Paradox, the real Paradox, and Metageist IRL in location, previewing and revealing like a new game that was upcoming. And then we had the Change DAO fam in the house. It just sounded like a lovely WIP. Very, very excited to hear that, and really sad that I missed it. But luckily we have another jam-packed WIP today. We have the Async art fam with us. They're gonna go over. We're gonna have course number 5 for their supper series with us. Very excited for that. Rizzle's featured in it too, so make sure you try to scoop one of his Pepe themed sacrilegious stained glass windows for your table and your space. That'd be dope. We also have Kaido in the house. He's going to be talking about what he's been cooking up over at Utopia Labs. Anyone that's been using Safe, formerly known as the Gnosis Safe, will want to stay tuned for his update. His tool set that he's building is really, really actually super useful for anyone using Safe. So listen to that. Quick show before I pass the mic to my dude Rizzle. We had a new podcast this week, talking and letting everyone know that we can actually send ETH to anyone with an ETH address. We don't need to go crazy with that information. We don't need to send it to fucking scammers or strangers or anything like that. Yeah, I know, mind-blowing revelatory stuff. Check that out. Give it a reshare if you find it to be a good podcast and all that good stuff. And with that, I'll shut my mouth, pass the mic to Rizzle before we can get into today's show. So Rizzle, dude, take it away, man.
All right. First and foremost, I got to find the right guest list. So look out for that once I do find it, but I have it in my DM somewhere and I'll grab that for you. And that is important because Fabiano and Patrizia, as always, they're hooking all of us up with a dope giveaway. And rumor has it the Async crew might also have something up their sleeve. So I don't really know how they want to do that, but we'll let them sort of explain that. Really stoked to have them in the house. We've had them in the house multiple times in the past. And they're in the midst of their Forever Supper drop. Like Matt said, I'm up on the course this week with a bunch of stuff I submitted. I don't think I was originally slated for this week, but we had them on the WIP slated this week to talk about Forever Supper, and that had been a long time in the making. And they may have like bumped me up or something, so we could sort of time it together or whatever, or maybe not. Maybe it just all fell into place. But regardless, I appreciate being on the menu, and it just happened to collide with the WIP today. Yeah, it was destined to be. So. Shout out to them, both having me on there and them coming on here. Yes. So we got a dope one today. If you're not already in cyber, please hop in. We're in Neon Glitch's spot, which is like dinner at the Forever Supper. I'm currently in Avocado. I learned that if you press 9, you can die. I think, well, it was, forget who's stomping on me. It was Conwolf earlier. Now, so, oh, maybe it's Dragonade stomping on me right now. Dragonade, thank you. Where is the spot? Do I have it still pulled up? Yes, right here. So yeah, hop in, come dance while you're listening to all the cool things that are going on. Let me see. I don't think I have a whole lot for this week. Make sure you sign the guest book sign the guest book when I find it. Hit show if you have any questions for our speakers throughout today's event. And it should be a fun one. We got a lot of cool people and stuff lined up. So I think that's about it. I'll keep it nice and short and pass it right on. Last but not least, we are broke. Yeah, toss a coin to us or your things or your NFTs or whatever. A lot of people in our audience have actually already been very kind and sent us some stuff they found under their Metaverse couch, and that is very nice of them. And we appreciate that. But we're like public Metaverse broadcasting or some shit like that, so we don't make any money off this. If you donate to the WIPmeetup.eth, it goes to all the crew that helps pull this off week in and week out. Matt hasn't rugged us. See him for details. He hasn't rugged us in at least like 5 or 6 weeks now, so we think we're in the clear. So if not, you can trust a smart contract. And like I said, send all your things to the WIPmeetup.eth. Also, if you have stuff like you're promoting your thing and you want to give a bunch of stuff away or whatever, our audience loves that, and we do too. So give us all your things. We love stuff. Shout out to everyone who makes this happen every week. It's Carolina Duh, Sandy Meows, Foxy Yoga, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonade, Conwolf the Stowaway, Brookhawk the Chef, Fabiano, Patricia, Johan, Matthias, Matt, Big Yellow Fishes, who was like almost locked out of Discord, but then we like got him in at the last minute. So we have like no tech problems so far to start this off. So I'm going to kick it back to Matt real quick. And who are we starting this off with, man?
Kaido. He's in the house. Kaido, if you can hear me, hopefully I'm not butchering your pronunciation of your name. Unmute, take it away. Introduce yourself and tell us what you're cooking up over at Utopia Labs.
What's good, everyone? Appreciate y'all. And this was actually the dopest intro I've ever heard, like in terms of the music. So, y'all got something cooking here, which is awesome. And you pronounced my name perfectly. Most people say Kato. You nailed it perfectly there too. So, man, I just appreciate the warm welcome. It's really, really cool to see some of the communities that you're building here. Just being extremely crypto native is awesome to see as well. So, really, really excited to get into it. What I'd love to do is just fire up a screen share. Walk through kind of the things that I think make our product helpful, but then y'all are definitely welcome to kind of roast us, constructively criticize us, meme us, whatever it is. Like this is just meant to be super casual, but hopefully just kind of like informative and also entertaining at the same time. So is it cool if I fire up a screen share and we can get cooking there?
Let's do it.
Cool. Maybe let me pull up my screen share. Also, let me know I don't know if you guys have a time limit. Just let me know. I won't speak too long. Definitely.
Give me a little Jackson. We'll let you know when you hit time around like the 5-minute mark or whatever.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. I can definitely cover that. But awesome. So for people who might not be familiar, there's really, really awesome product called Safe. I'm sure maybe some of you are familiar with Gnosis Safe, but it's simply a multi-sig wallet, which is, if you are a company or an organization or a group of people that basically want to send value or have a shared bank account, you basically have like this permission where when you want to send someone money, someone else has to approve it. And as simple as that. And what we've noticed is that the Safe is a really, really important primitive for how people and how groups of people are going to coordinate on the internet now, but also 10 years out from now. So we're really excited, and we build on Safe, and there's a lot of really awesome products and companies that are also building on Safe. So there's an entire ecosystem there. But what we've noticed is that for some workflows on Safe, it might make sense to build really great UIs to facilitate them. So think of Safe as almost like this development SDK layer. Utopia is almost like this product, and what I like to say enables financial workflows on top of your Safe. So practically what that means is with Utopia, you basically connect your wallet that is the signer of the Safe. So think of it as like just like us being able to read your on-chain permissions. And what's really cool about Utopia right away is that we kind of have like what we call a payment network. So you're able to request payment from your favorite DAOs. You're able to be an international contractor that requests money from other people, and tons of really, really cool functionality. So what I'll do here is these are all of the safes that I'm a signer or an administrator of. So I'm part of a lot of safes, right? And a lot of them are for testing purposes, but we also operate on chain. So that's kind of what it looks like. But enough of just the login flow. This is kind of what our product looks like at a glance. Really what this means is Utopia makes it super, super easy to facilitate payments. So if I wanted to actually send the meme coin to someone, let me pull this up. I'm basically able to add the token right into Utopia. Let me see. Perfect. It's available. And if I wanted to make this payment, and let's just say I know you guys have this, I'll actually put this on chain and send you guys a few bucks here in this demo. But as you can see here, I'm going to send some value to the WIP Meetup.eth. Give me 1 second. And we just make this super easy, right? Like it's just a really, really easy workflow to basically send value and to remember who you're sending it to. Let me just say, like, this is marketing for some reason. We'll save and add this as a confirmed contributor, and I'll send you guys maybe 10 USDC, right? So it's super easy. You guys can add multiple transfers. You can add, $10 worth of Ethereum. We have just a bunch of really neat functionality to make your life easier when it comes down to sending value. What's really cool is if I wanted to make this like an ongoing donation to work in progress meetup, I'm able to do that as well, right? So there's tons of really awesome functionality. I won't go too deeply into it, but we'll actually put a payment on chain together. I won't make this recurring, but I will send $10. And I'll just consider this like a miscellaneous use case, and we can just touch on the other components associated with this payment. So while I create this payment, maybe I'll zoom out. Any questions? Maybe I could zoom out in the chat here. I don't know if it's in general. What's good, homies? What's
After
good?
you finish, we have someone that'll relay those questions to you, and then we'll quote unquote like roast you as well. So
I love that. I love that. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I definitely don't want to make it look like I'm ignoring people. So drop as many questions and would love to address them. But appreciate it. So I'll get back into the flow here. But what's really cool about Utopia as well is you could actually share payment forms. So let's just say I'm like this DAO, or I'm facilitating a community and you guys want to pay contributors, I'm actually able to do that. And you can just share a payment form and people can actually go in and fill out the payment form. So all of y'all are able to actually just click this link that I just shared, and you guys are able to actually request payment from us, right? Sadly, feel free to go through and request payment. We won't actually pay you guys here, but you can kind of get a good understanding of our workflow. So again, with Utopia, what's really awesome is you're able to put in these payments. You now have a shared list of contributors and an awesome address book to really contextualize who you're paying. And in this case, I'm actually going to put a payment on chain. So we're utilizing all of Gnosis's SDKs here. So none of what we do from like a smart contract angle has any dependencies. We have not built our own smart contracts. Really, the place that we're providing a ton of value is building a great interface to facilitate payments, whether it's for reimbursements, expense reimbursements, paying contractors, auditors, bill payments, all that annoying stuff that you still have to take care of in Web3. So I'm going to create this payment and I'm going to put this transaction on chain. So I'm going to have to go through this process of signing the transaction, and now it's in the Gnosis queue. So again, putting it in the Gnosis queue still has the transaction in Gnosis, if that makes sense. So if I put a payment on chain in Utopia, it doesn't skip any of the signatures required to pay, but I'll let you guys know when this does pay, right? And what's really cool about Utopia as well is if you guys have ever ran into the issue of needing to ping another signer to get a transaction over the line, we also have functionality there as well. So we have a Discord bot as a notification that automatically automates it. And we also have public signing links. So you have the ability to kind of share your Gnosis queue and actually have context in regards to your transactions. And what's also really cool is this is kind of like a really cool offer for your guys is we'll actually enable gasless transactions for all of the safes that you guys facilitate. That's actually on us. We basically bundle all the transactions. So for us, gas is pretty cheap and we make this a super seamless experience. So if you guys are ever interested in gasless safe transactions, just DM me on Twitter and we can set that up as well. I won't get too deeply into the other features. Hopefully this was like enough time. I can get into a few other things, but we also have the ability for you to do gasless token swapping. We have the ability for you to take care of your bookkeeping and accounting records. So if you ever look at like DYDX, for example, and look at their website and you'll see that they have like transactions or wallet activity, you'll see that, they basically embedded Utopia financial data as well. So you're able to do a bunch of really cool functionality here within Utopia. So the way to zoom out in terms of our product is that we're kind of this consolidated, beautiful financial product that enables really awesome workflows on Safe. And that's kind of our sweet spot. And we've been able to support over 100 DAOs out there, whether it's Lido, Sushi, Olympus, to a bunch of other organizations. We've been growing quite quickly. We've raised some venture money as well. So we're a nice little team that are staying lean still. And yeah, man, I got into crypto about 3 years ago, and I actually met my co-founders all on Discord as well. So I wouldn't have considered us a DAO, so to say, but I would have considered us as an on-chain team. So I met my homies in Discord. I started building with them. I lived with them for a while. I still live with them in the Bay here. And I feel like there's a lot of progress we've made, but we still have a lot more progress to go. So appreciate y'all listening to me. I know I talk a lot and I ramble here and there. There's a lot more functionality to Utopia as well. You could import a ton of dope CSVs. You could share your accounting records in real time, like ton of cool stuff here. So I won't get too deeply into the other features, but this is kind of what our product functionality looks like, and we'll welcome any questions. Yeah.
Dude, you did not talk too much. Everything that you said, this is such a cool product, and anyone that has had any experience in the base level safe, it's great, it's super powerful, but there's definitely a lot of sharp edges, and it's not like the most consumer friendly facing product. And what you have built here and are building, oh my God, man. Like there's so many areas where I'm just like, wow, gasless transactions, are you kidding me on that front? Gasless token swaps. And then the accounting looks like just come tax time, and the payments, how you're able to label everything, that just like saves all the headache down the line downstream when it comes to taxes, on top of all the other things that you're mentioning, like pinging your buddies and all of that.
Totally.
shout out like meeting and making internet friends and then making money on the internet with those internet friends like you're doing. That's a lot of us here are in that same boat. But I'll shut my mouth now and we'll pass the mic to Sho, who's going to relay those questions to you and again, roast you.
Totally, fire away.
Hey Kaido, what's going on?
Nothing much, bro. Appreciate y'all for hosting this. Excited for the questions, man.
Cool. We have a question from Cats Will Eat You. They would like to know, if you send a recurring payment through Utopia, does it ping you for a signature every recurring time, or can that be one sig? And also to piggyback on this, there was a pop-up for a signature request when you were showing your example. Could you I guess address that as well in addition to the answer to this question?
Yeah, totally. Great question. So right now our recurring payments is simply just a UI generated payment. So what that means is when I create a payment and I make it recurring here, we basically just generate templates for you. But eventually we're going to get to the point of using something like Gelato or maybe streaming solutions to basically automate that. But we made kind of a strict design decision at the beginning to actually just make this off-chain in terms of automated generation. And the reason why is because in many cases, people get paid different amounts month over month. You know, you might want to edit a specific amount because they might have gotten a bonus, or you might have wanted to add a specific amount because of a trip to ETH Denver, for example. So maybe to answer that question, right now is not on chain in terms of like that process, but eventually the point we want to get to is making it actually on chain and recurring. And from there, what it would look like is more of a set it and forget it. So you set this recurring payment, it won't actually ping you as a signer. You are simply able to execute the recurring payments quite easily without ever having to sign again. But obviously, you have the ability to turn it off. So that's kind of what the future product roadmap looks like. But we're very simple in regards to the way we build experiences right now. And we're just trying to kind of build that out from an on-chain perspective over time. Maybe to answer your second question around signing, that's an awesome question. So we have a ton of Gnosis transactions in the queue because we operate on chain as well. You know, we have been bridging, for example. So what's really cool about Utopia is you're able to do a custom transaction. And this is going to be even more valuable because we're going to introduce this concept of recipes, which are basically like this automated workflow of doing really complicated shit on chain that a lot of non-technicals like myself can't do. So in this case, what we did was we bridged to Hop. And we're going to automatically label this, but we bridged Ethereum to our Open Zeppelin relayer on Hop on Optimism, right? So this one is just like another, I believe this is a test transaction. This one, we were just doing another test of swapping on Utopia gaslessly. So we basically have a pretty full queue. So, you know, we run into the same problems that a lot of on-chain orgs run into, which is like, yo, I got to get our signers and stuff like that. But that's kind of where we're standing right now. And you could see the payment that I put in the queue associated with the transaction that we just put together on chain. So let me know if that answered your question there.
Yeah, it did. I have a lot more questions actually, but I'm going to try to consolidate them into just two. Security has been a really hot button issue for the past couple of weeks in the space. Mostly, I'm asking these questions because there's potential with the product, and I wanna see if it could, I guess, hold up under scrutiny.
Yep.
How's the best way to phrase this? Okay. In regards to KYC AML, in regards to government access, and also in regards to any third-party back-end people getting access to user information.
Yeah.
Is this totally permissionless? Is this trustless? I'm trying to dumb this down in order to, you know, because this could go pretty far. But you see where I'm going with this, right?
Totally. Yeah. Let me take a stab at this and let me know if you want me to be more specific here. Right now, we do not recommend users to collect like KYC like data. So as you can see here, when it comes down to collecting data on a specific contributor, it's simply the name. And then you could create other form fields, but right now it's just the name, email, wallet, and Discord and roles, right? So We don't suggest like having like, we don't even collect information like the address or the social security number or things like that. So we are frankly building functionality to allow that option for companies that use us, and crypto companies that want to stay extremely compliant. We are building that option to KYC. And that's why we're doing things like SOC 2 compliance, for example. But our core product that anybody in the world can use, we do not collect that data. Another thing to note is all of our data is centralized right now. So all of this is housed in a MongoDB database in our web servers, right? So that's kind of what it looks like. The trade-off that we're making here is that, we're taking our time with this concept of putting data on chain. Like, honestly, like even if someone didn't have an ENS, let's just say with our homie Jason here, like it wouldn't be fair to put Jason on chain, right? Like that's kind of not what we want to do, right? So I think for us, we are relatively centralized in regards to the way we facilitate data. We're not afraid to say that. I think it's just kind of important to be extremely transparent there. So that's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if that, let me know if that helps, but we don't collect things like KYC data, for example.
Yes, it did. Lastly, again, in regards to security, do you have some form of, third-party security audit firm? Did you have any kind of like relationship with a third-party audit firm that double or triple checks the security with your product?
Really good question. So we basically, like from a smart contract angle, we do not have risks. And I know that like every product has risks. We do have risks in at a holistic capacity, but at a smart contract angle, we utilize all of Gnosis's contracts, right? So what that means is like their ability to sign and execute and have approvals and nonces. We utilize and inherit all of the security parameters that Gnosis does, and they're battle tested in regards to their smart contracts. However, there is a risk in Utopia from like a front end penetration test, and we do those tests. We also have a security engineer on our team to really make sure that things like malware and things aren't injected at a front end layer. So we do those kind of things actively. At a high level, the biggest risk with Utopia could be two scenarios. One is that someone has access to your wallet and has somehow gotten your seed phrase, and therefore they're able to have permissions specifically on the multi-sig, which is a risk not only just with Utopia, but with Gnosis, and therefore able to put transactions in the queue, right? But then another one could be, us adding an administrator. We're able to add admins. They're not able to actually sign Gnosis transactions, but they're able to make edits in Utopia. So an admin might be able to create a payment. And one thing that they might do to be able to be really malicious is instead of saying that they're going to pay someone $10, they might add like another 5 zeros and your amount might get drained immediately. And, this might sound stupid, but this did actually happen to an organization called PeopleDAO. And this was something, I don't know if you guys saw that, but this happened, I think, about 3-4 months ago, which was they were facilitating reimbursements through Google Forms. There was just this random person who jumped in and requested money, and it was for quite a lot. And then they did a CSV import and didn't notice that person kind of snuck themselves in. So that's kind of the risk that Utopia presents. But at a high level and a TLDR is that all of our risks are at the front end layer. So similar to any other web application, whether they're crypto or not. Hopefully that answered the question there as well.
Amazing, man. Really excited to see what you continue to build out the Utopia Labs and this product. I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. It's going to make my life a million times easier. But as soon as I saw this the other week, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. So super stoked for that. And just thank you so much for your time jumping up on the virtual stage and sharing with us.
No, for sure, man. Y'all have killed it. Appreciate it. And thank y'all for the energy there. I think you guys have my Twitter linked. If you guys want gasless transactions on your safe, DM me. Just drop me your safe address and we'll turn it on for you. Regardless of the chain, y'all have killed it and appreciate it. Hopefully you don't mind, but I'll listen in for the next presentation and we'll just vibe with y'all for a bit if that's cool.
Hell yeah, we more than welcome, man. That'd be hilarious. We kick out like the speakers there. All right, get out of here now. You're exiled.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Boom. And then with that, Async Art Fam. I'm not sure who's going to be speaking first or who will present, but someone unmute and take it away.
GM, you guys, it's Multi here. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good. Well, thanks so much for having us on today, and I'm excited to see everyone over at Neon Glitch's kind of on cyber representation of the Forever Supper Room. If you have a chance, I'd love to be able to stream from my phone. So if I could be given the ability to do so, I could start kind of a stream and kind of go through the purchasing and dynamic experience that we have created over at the Forever Supper, if that's possible.
Yeah, you should have the perms to do that. Please proceed.
Let me see. I'm not being given the ability. Video chat isn't available for more than 25 users. You know what? I'll maybe have to do this.
Limited, sorry. You can do a screen share.
Oh, let's see that. Do you mind walking me through the screen share ability here?
So it should be in the same area as the video, but it'll share your screen instead of using your camera. For some reason, Discord.
It's not giving me the ability to do so. So you know what? I'm just going to explain to you all the project.
I can screen share.
Oh, there you go. You go for it. Maybe my phone wasn't set up for that, but we'll get Shannon to stream here and give you all a good example. And I think we're going to run through just the overall concept behind the Forever Supper, as well as hold a bit of a giveaway here in the On Cyber Forever Supper Neon Glitch space. So what we've developed here at Async is our new approach towards dynamic art and dynamic collaboration, what we consider to be the largest scale dynamic NFT collaboration in the space. We have over 50 plus artists and always constantly growing different art assets to be able to dynamically interact with one another to create unique images in the shape of this room. Now, as I kind of explain this, we'll go through it step by step with Shannon here. But basically what you're going to be doing as a user, as a collector, is you're going to be starting your journey off in the Forever Supper at the exact same spot as everyone else. And where is that? That's with what we call our blank soulbound core room. When you look at this, it's kind of like Steve Jobs's kind of Genius Bar meets the Last Supper painting. It's a kind of a blank room, all white, singular table in the center of the room. But what's funky about this room is that it actually interacts with what we call extension NFTs that come in different artist packs. So artists will create packs.
Multi. Just before you get any farther, it looks like Shannon's screen share is not like quite popping up. So
it's not coming up.
You know what?
so maybe we can give it just another shot if we can. Otherwise, I might be able to pull something up, but Discord is like never like totally cooperative. So
Yeah.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah, it's not allowing me. It says I have the same message actually that Multi has. This app doesn't allow.
For sure. So maybe if we do it internally, Rizzle, that would be unbelievable. Otherwise, I've done this pitch to, as I said, over 50 plus artists. So I'm sure I'd be able to at least give the overarching kind of bird's eye view experience of what you're going to go through. But would be wonderful if we could get that up there. And it's too bad. And I'm going to do it anyway, but I was going to
Rizzle has it right now.
Live.
I got it on the main splash page. So if you want to. Yeah, I got it screen shared on like the main splash page for Forever Supper. So if you can sort of guide me where you want me to go along the way, I can sort of navigate.
Yeah, for sure. If you just kind of start off, I'm at kind of like the explain. You can see how the rooms look like in the top kind of right corner there. But if you scroll down, you're going to see those packs that I'm explaining. The packs themselves are created by individual artists. We got over 50 plus of them, always adding them in to the Rolodex and the actual experience and application process. So basically, we're always growing these dynamic options of art. If you buy one of these packs, what's that's going to do is it's going to hand over sometimes 1, sometimes 15 NFTs, and they're going to drop into your wallet. And the cool thing about these NFTs is, yes, they're pieces of art. Yes, you get cover art. If you look at the art, it's stunning. You got beautiful work by Rip Cash. You got Neon Glitch if you're in the room right now. You got Neurocolor. You got Matt Kane. You got the one and only Rizzle. You got a bunch of different stylistic options of packs. And as you acquire these packs, you're going to be dropped these assets that connect to that core blank soulbound room that I've mentioned. So you get the piece of art, but when you connect it to the room, what you're going to see is that original room that you've kind of minted for free and is soulbound can now be updated with different items, different objects, different characters, different pieces of art within the actual room. So Rizzle, do you mind just kind of updating the room that you have at the moment and just kind of maybe showing us the process of choosing a different item from your store and just kind of not the store itself, but from your collection, and just applying it and removing it off from the actual dynamic room. So we give the audience a bit of a understanding of how simple it is once you have an asset to just immediately edit your core.
Yo, totally. Fortunately enough, I've like become somewhat obsessed with tinkering around with this on my own. So I'm like pretty well versed in how to do this at this point. So this is all like coming together pretty well here. Okay, so let's see. I have I don't know. I have a few different layers, but the larger ones that I have were from Skeeny and Fabiano, who's I think in the house with us. He's got like some of these characters here that pop up in the front. I got Neon Glitches pack. Let me see. Oh, there he's popping up over there at the table. Oh, I got the trash can under the table, but if I want to replace that with Skeeny's skeleton or Fabiano's thing, I can swap them over there. And so all the characters at the table, you know, you got different people making different versions of them and varieties of them. And some of the packs are like mystery packs, so you don't necessarily know which one you're going to get. And some of the ones, you know, which ones you're going to get, you know, depending on what you like or whatever.
1,000%. And as you see kind of Rizzle jumping through all these different options, you get to see how you are now handed the ability to personalize your own kind of community representation. Traditionally, with many projects, you mint a singular asset. It's your introduction to the community. It is your welcome in, but it's also who you are kind of in that community, unless you buy more of their characters, more of their PFPs, more of whatever kind of art or asset they have to offer. But that's kind of your singular existence, and that can be more exciting. What we think about this project and how we approach it is what happens if everyone does start off at the same point at the very beginning and starts to build their experience trait by trait, or in our case, piece of art by piece of art, and have it reflect who they are in that moment, how they've been collecting, how they feel in that moment. We kind of have this always kind of belief that art should always represent who you are and what you believe, and that very much changes on the daily, if not kind of hourly. So why not be able to create now within the blockchain, within this space, the ability for you to update art to represent what you're thinking, who you're collecting, maybe even responding to different circumstances that are happening in the space, really being able to use art in Web3 to be able to reflect almost like graffiti culture, commentary, updating, representing the current space. We want to do that digitally, and we believe that the Forever Supper and kind of our blueprint, dynamic blueprint technology is going to be able to hand that over to the community to be able to build that representation of who they are, who they feel they are in that moment, what their voice is, what they want to connect with. So we think it's a really, really fun process dynamically to be able to engage with art and to be able to see who other community members are. I think the more that you can shape your voice, the more that people get to understand who you are. And how does that look visually? Well, we're starting it off with the Forever Supper. Shannon, do you think that's kind of the overarching bird's eye view of what we're trying to accomplish here with this project? Other kind of points you'd like to point in there?
Yeah, for sure. You did a great job on the high level. One thing I would want to let people know is that you see how, for example, when Rizzle just hovered over, it's like animated, and then like it appears in the Forever Supper. So it's cool because like the cover images are kind of how things show up in your wallets. And then it kind of has this magical ability to then be plugged into the Forever Supper. So we've seen, different artists doing different things. Some people, their cover image in itself is like standalone art, or it's like more just a representation of the room. So, we think it's like really cool because there's almost like two versions of this. And yeah, it's interesting because you could essentially display the cover image and then it's going to look different in your room. And then Rizzle, if you hit publish, we could show people like, you can like name it and like kind of add your story to this piece. So we can literally call it, like WIP something to remember this day upon which you changed it during the WIP. Which, yeah, and there's just like the social element too, which I think is really cool, because now it's not just like, okay, I mint something and it just stays in my wallet and it's just like, cool, that's it. You know, now you can kind of add your own story to it, your own bit, and then have people interact with it, like different other people can like it or comment on it. And we just think that unlocks a new, I guess, way to experience you know, NFTs that we haven't really seen before. So you'll see here now Rizzle is like updating his thing. And then if you just click view update Rizzle, it brings you to like the page. It will take a minute to just apply everything. But yeah, you can we can go like his posts to go boost him up. Oh, you're gonna like your own post, Rizzle? Nice. So yeah, that's it, I think, on a high level.
And now with that, if everyone could jump into that pizza party room, we do have our hopes to do a bit of a giveaway here, but it will be a little bit of a fun one that needs a little bit of not only listening to what we're saying here, but actually interacting with us within the room. So to be able to do this, I'll let you know what we're going to be doing. I hope you all enjoy and understand the concept of Simon Says. So Simon Says is basically, Malty will say something. If Malty says jump, you jump. If I simply say jump and you jump without hearing Malty says, you are eliminated. So what we're going to be doing within the On Cyber space, if you're all available and you're all there, I'll give you all a moment or two to hop in here. But we're all going to line up right on the edge of this table. So if everyone that wants to participate can line up right at the edge of the table, facing the open space here, we're going to get kind of all of our numbers in order. Make sure you all line up side by side so that you're in the action space. Anyone that's not lined up in a strict line is going to be automatically eliminated. So with this, I'm going to need a little bit of help from Shannon. Shannon, do you mind kind of taking a look at my other side? I'm going to jump here.
Sure.
And then you're going to have to cover watching the other side as I say things and calling out different members. So, and look to your left, look to your right, so that if there's any cheaters, we can help each other boot them off. We need some honesty here. That's what Forever Supper's a little bit about. We're going to gamify this whole community, but it has to be done in a trustful way. So with that, everyone, we're going to be loading up on the edge very quickly. And let's do a quick little tester. Malty says jump.
Don't drop.
Oh yeah, you know what? If you drop off, you're done. That's how we're going to do this. You drop off, you screw up. I'm sorry, you're not that good in the metaverse, and you will die. So here we go. Everyone, I'm going to give you one last chance to line up. Here we go. And if someone could stream this or screen this or record this, this is already pretty dope.
I am.
Okay.
It's on the WIP Meetup on YouTube. Don't worry.
Beauty, beauty, beauty. Here we go, everyone. Jump. Oh, Malty did not say each of you jumped. You got to jump off the table now. Sorry.
Wait, Malty, are we doing the Simon Says? Because with Simon Says, you have to say Simon Says before. Or
only if they actually do it. I said Malty says.
Okay, cool. So yeah.
Okay, we'll do a fresh restart. Everyone get back up. As you can see, this is the first time I've done this since kindergarten, really. So here we go. If you hear me say Malty says, then you can respond. If you do not hear Malty says, then, and you act, you're out. Malty says, dance number 3.
Oh, we have Elbow, unfortunately, you out.
Here we go. We're going to do this quick. Jump. Malty says dance number 1. wave. Oh, we got mushroom drop. Multi says dance number 5. Multi says jump. Little blue guy, you're out. Sorry, my cap friend. Jump. Multi says dance 1.
Oh, we have a jump.
Ooh, butter, you're out. Avocado, you're out. Cloud, little thing at the end, you're out.
Yoga, saw those jumps. Sorry,
Jump.
I got one.
Avocado's out. Multi says follow multi.
Oh,
Ooh, this is, you get 10 seconds. Multi says follow multi. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm jumping in the back here. 5,
oh, where are you?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Done.
no.
Okay, everyone who still remains on the table is out. Multi says follow multi. Multi says number 4. Anyone that's in my little bunch right now is still in the game. Jump.
Oh, we have someone out. What is that? Honor system,
Jump.
guys.
Multi says jump. Multi says follow to the table. Multi says everyone line up in a line. Multi says very first people to run all the way to the back of the room and back to me. First 5 to reach me, stay in. We got this little purple deuce, didn't ya? We've got Anon, the little cool pops. We got Anon me. Okay, this group over here that's with me already, you have made it through. Come over here. Everyone else is out. We've got 5 left. Come over here. The group that's still in, follow me to the corner of this table. Dono, you're out. There you go. Okay, this little group right here. Multi says jump. Multi says jump. Multi says jump. Multi says jump. Dance 5. Okay, and on with the sun. I'm sorry, JPEG dude, you jumped out. Okay, we are doing first 3 to the FU sign. I didn't say multi says, so everyone that just made it there is out. That means we've got 2 left, Shannon. Did you keep an eye there?
Did we have some
I
people?
got Easy and I've got the little robot dude. So those
Yeah,
are the
cats
2
will eat
outside.
you. Cats will eat you and big yellow fishes.
Okay, between you two, multi says, first of those 2 to reach me, win. Little robot box and and some asshole. Little robot dude, some asshole. I'm in the corner in the back.
And
Multi
cats
says
will eat you
person
as
who
well.
wins. Ooh, who's going to be little robot dude? Stina is our winner. Stina,
Nice.
congratulations.
Go, Stina.
I know this was a bit of a choppy one, but hey, massive congratulations, Stina. We'll be in touch. Jump into our Discord and let us know that it's
Yeah,
you.
we
I
have
know it's you, Stina. and we'll send you, I think we have a Pop Wonder piece for you for your Forever Supper room. So massive, massive congratulations, everyone. I just want to thank you all for joining in this room and kind of having fun with us here. We want to make this kind of a really playful community where you all get to collect and reflect yourselves individually, but also kind of connect with each other in rooms like Neon Glitch built here. We're going to have a ton of fun over the next little while. So really, before passing it off to Rizzle and the WIP team, just want to thank you all for giving us a little bit of a time here to play around, to explain how we are approaching dynamic art. And if anyone has any questions, we're all ears, and also comments. You know, we introduce stuff to this space. I think it's pretty new and funky. People usually start to have their own ideas of how it could work or what it could open up possibilities wise. And we at Async are always open to listening to you all. So again, to the team, thank you so much. And to everyone who participated with us there in the On Cyber little fun random giveaway, just a big thank you and congrats to Stina.
Yo, really appreciate the giveaway and all the info. This was like super fun. Want to make sure nobody goes anywhere because we'll be taking a group shot in there in just a couple minutes. So stay in world or come in world so you can be a part of that. But first, I'd like to just pass the mic over to Sho to see if he has any questions for the Async team.
Hey, y'all, what's going on?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks so much for having us in here.
No problem. We have a question from Cats Will Eat You. They would like to know, how do artists get their art into this particular project? Is there an application or is it open to anyone?
Currently, we have a bit of a scouting system, but maybe Shannon, would you like to take over and kind of lead out how we scout and currently build the Rolodex of artists?
Yeah, totally. So, you know, as in the longer term, Async's committed to obviously making this like super open to everyone else. Or just everyone, anyone, literally. Even if you're not an artist, we want to like open up certain slots to like have people add to this. In the shorter term, we are like curating our courses just because there's a lot of like education that needs to kind of go into this new concept. And we just feel like, you know, having a bit of tighter control right now over like the different artists trying to create stories behind some of the courses. Like last week we had like Neon and Eclectic, who, you know, are part of like similar communities. Like we try to like fit people together too, so it makes sense from that perspective. But yeah, in the short term, I would say, you know, just hop in. I would say, you know, reach out to Multi, Peter, who's on the call today. Submit, like, if you guys have ideas, like already, that would be really helpful. And then we have a vetting system, so we have like an internal team who we kind of decide, like, okay, are we ready to take on this idea yet? Are we able to? Because we're also trying to like mix up groups of different kinds of artists in terms of size, in terms of style. So yeah, there's just like a lot of thought, I think, that goes into each course that we're really trying to achieve. So we can't make any promises that you're guaranteed in, but we'll try our best. So definitely just reach out to us, or the Async Twitter account as well, the Async Art Twitter account. And if you have an idea already, that really helps us.
And we're also hearing, like, if you're not a creator and you have any artists in mind that you think would work perfectly within this dynamic system, as we said, we are all ears and we are constantly, this is the forever supper. So at some point, we're going to always need more artists to fill up forever. So just let us know.
That's cool. And lastly, you suggested something in regards to the art somewhat changing when people enter. Is the experience different for each person or attendee or visitor who enters the rooms?
So every single room will start off with its blank core, but after that, it's really independent to every single collector to build it and make it as unique as possible. So basically, we hand over the reins to the creators and the collectors after the point of entry. Once you have your collection or once you have your core and start to collect your packs, you can take this project any way you want to. You can build it every single day. You can make a solidified piece that you want to keep just constant forever. But basically, once you're entered and once you start collecting those packs, you can immediately and for free and as many times as you want through the day start to change. So you can visit other people's rooms just on OpenSea and checking it out on Async and see how others are playing around with it, commenting on their rooms, or you can just be playing around with your own room. And we're also going to be pulling in some very fun kind of gamified dynamics as well. And maybe actually, Shannon, we didn't have a chance to explore the badge system. Do we have like a minute to do that?
Dragonade, do we have a minute? I don't want to take more time.
I was gonna say Samuel L. Jackson has not chimed in yet, but you'll know it when he does. That was a sneak preview. But yeah, if you want to take a quick minute or two to explain that, that would be great.
There we go,
Yeah.
Shannon. I'll pass that to you.
Yeah, so I mean, one of the fun thing I think with Forever Supper is the badge system. So like, basically, if you make a change to your supper on a day, we track that, and it doesn't have to be a streak. Like, say you come back in 2 days, that's day 2. And if you hit certain milestones, so that is free. You don't need to be buying anything. It's just more like making changes. And if you hit those kinds of milestones, you get eligible to claim badges, which are these like free, basically NFTs you can stick on your wall in the room. And also those are kind of your raffle tickets into any allow list opportunities we have. So for example, we had WIP Cash last week before, and so basically we allocated allow list spots based on like our most engaged people, essentially.
And that's all the kit and caboodle, pretty much.
Awesome. There you go.
There we go.
Perfect timing. Really appreciate that. I know we got Big Yellow Fishes in the house. We're going to do the group shot. Paradox is our normal videographer, but Big Yellow Fishes fills in and crushes it. They're our resident fake Paradox. And there's a massive call in the Discord here for group death on cyber. So maybe we can orchestrate something like that. I want to make like one final call here in the Discord to get everyone in world here. Big Yellow Fishes, do you want the theme song again?
Why not?
Paradox theme song for fake Paradox. Shout out Big Yellow Fishes and Paradox whenever you're ready.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention.
It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Awesome. If we can get everyone just under the table for me, because it's really hard to get a group shot on the table. So everyone under the table, and then we can do a group death. So do we know what number it is for the group death?
Number 9 there.
Number
Yes,
9.
Number 9 is death.
Okay, you're going to have to listen to me then, because we want everyone to do it exactly the same time. There's some people doing premature deaths. Come on, people. Right, everyone off the table for me. You got a couple more seconds before we start, so come on. Many people as possible over here. So number 9. Okay. Right. Last chance, the last 3 on the table. Shame them down. I don't think we're going to get them. Okay, people. So on the count of 3, we all die, okay? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Oh my god, that was incredible.
That was absolutely incredible.
That was so
Final
dramatic.
giant avocado falling at the end.
Avocado
It was like
dramatic.
almost beautiful.
If we can get
Cinematic
everyone
hell.
back up as well, so we can just do one more standing up. We'll make sure we've got one more. We're ready one more time, but we've got a few people still dead. Okay, and we'll go again one more time. 3, 2, 1. Incredible. That is so dramatic. Paradox will be upset he's missed that.
Amazing.
That was awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
This is like some straight up like metaverse performance art going on right here at the WIP. That was beautiful. Thank you everyone for participating in that. That was so dope. Oh my God, yes, the shots are amazing. Thanks to everybody for coming out today. Everybody, man, this was a dope WIP, as it has been the last few weeks. We got another awesome one coming up next week. Before we kick it over to show for the Afties, I'm going to pass the mic over to Matt. I'm going to drop the guest book link here in the chat one more time, just in case you missed it. Make sure you sign that so you can get all the things. Matt, am I missing anything before we pass over the show for the Afties?
Oh man, just another epic show. I mean, the dramatic death sequence at the end was hilarious. I'll forever remember the dramatic avocado dying last as well. Just seared into my mind's eye. Love it. Big shout out to Kato and the Async crew for coming through and giving updates, like amazing updates. And with that, let's cue the theme song for show and the Afties, and let's get it.
Wait, is this thing on? Yeah!
It's time for the Afties.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go!
Tick-tock, motherfucker!
Hey, WIP fam. How's my audio? My 2x2 or 5x5? WIP fam, it's finally summer, but we're still in crypto winter. I've seen a lot of people on crypto Twitter say that the bottom is in from a moral standpoint, not from an economic standpoint, because we've been in the shitter already for months. People are comparing crypto winners with other winners, saying, is this the worst? The OGs are having some pretty introspective conversations lately. They're saying, no, 2018, 2019 was worse than now because it didn't really seem like things were happening in 2018, 2019 after the run. But now there's a lot of people and there's a lot of money, and really all it is just some stagnation. I can't call it personally. I can't call it. You know, I could say one or the other, but I personally can't call it. But what I do believe, though, 6 months down, 6 more to go, I believe that this is the start of the real year, because the year so far has been fucking boring and terrible. It's been terrible. So I think that now things are going to start popping off. This month, specifically a week from now, 2 weeks from now, the Heinemann emails will be released, which will basically grease the wheels for a lot of shit happening. Fed now is being released a month from today. So that's the hammer coming down. The direct competitor to the crypto space, at least that's what the geriatrics are or saying. Shout out to the geriatrics. I feel bad that Joe Biden tripped while he was presenting for some like Air Force speech or whatever. Man, poor him. I hope he's all right. You know, it's embarrassing, but it also hurts too. And shout out to Elizabeth Warren for believing that drugs are bad and that crypto is funding the inflows of fentanyl into America, and that crypto is the main cause for people dying and overdosing from fentanyl, and that this is the worst drug epidemic in the history of America, and it's all due to crypto, even though we had the 1980s up until now and a ton of other shit under the counter and over the counter that's been destroying lives. But it's all crypto's fault. And FedNow is the future. FedNow is going to allow you to, have the IRS look at your Coinbase transactions, your Coinbase account, pull all your transactions, because Elizabeth Warren also believes that you're cheating on your taxes and that you're lying. So we need to get overworked, underpaid, overly aggressive, underappreciated, undersexed, overly opinionated IRS agents looking at transactions that they don't understand because you're using Coinbase in order to fund your drug habit. So I think the next 6 months are going to get fucking popping. But I don't know. I've said this a couple of times in the past and I've been wrong. I'm worse than Jim Cramer, I guess. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming through to this edition of the Afties. I hope you enjoyed this doom spiral. Shout out to the entire leadership team here at meme.com. Shout out to Dragonate and the team for recovering and repairing things that happened in the server. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know I love each and every single one of you, fighting the good fight, doing all the things. That's Rizzle's phrase. Last but not least, shout out to WIP fam. I hope you enjoyed this awesome day event, this adventure that you adventurified with all of us, and keep doing all that shit that you do. That shit's kind of cool. Much love, and I'll see you later.
Peace, love, and whipsy.